it's really interesting to hear that 60% of the things that exist today did not exist 10 years ago. So if you extrapolate 20, 30 years from now, you can imagine how much change there are going to be. I think there is no point in resisting change. We should embrace it. It offers a lot of possibilities, and it's going to make us produce food much more efficiently, much more sustainably. So it's all good. But technology and new products, it's not everything. Innovation is great, but you also need the people with the right skill, the right training to use those technologies properly. And when I have contact with young professionals, I must say I'm very excited. I feel very optimistic. There are really a lot of brilliant people out there, well educated. They have a different outlook on the future. They want to challenge the system. And in particular in developing countries, I must say I am very, very impressed with the young people that I meet. So looking forward to the future, I really, really am optimistic. I think we're going to do great things. I think food and agriculture is going to be one of the most exciting sectors we will have in the future. And yeah, let's go for it, because those young guys are going to make it happen. Yep.
You sound quite optimistic and confident that we can feed 9 billion people by 2050. But there are many challenges ahead. There must be something keeping you awake at night, worrying you. What would that be?
No, I sleep well at night. No, we can feed 9 billion people. That's not the problem. But the fact we can doesn't mean that's going to happen. So we have to look more at our leadership. We cannot keep on procrastinating and postponing decisions. I think at some point, yeah, we're going to have to take the right actions. But it's going to take probably several crises. I would not be surprised if it has to come to a point that rich countries have to be scared a little bit. And by then, I don't know about me, but I'm sure a lot of people won't sleep very well at night. But realize we have the leaders we deserve, and we're all responsible. So we have to set standards to ourselves so that the quality of our leadership goes up, and then I think a lot of good things will happen. Does that answer your question?
I think so.
Yeah, thanks.
Without a driver, the tractor can be next to the combine harvester and take its data from the GPS, and what you see is the tractor can turn in the field, drive back and forth, and there is no driver. You just see the steering wheel turning. So we're very close. There's some very interesting developments in terms of robotics as well, by having groups of robots that can work together and that can exchange information with each other. So they function almost like people, as a team of people, but they're robots. And well, the advantage of robots, they can work at any time of day or night. They're not bound with any limitations of how long they have to work. And this is a very serious avenue, I think, for the future. We're going to see more and more work being done by machines instead of by people, and not operated by people as such, but operated by a computer.
To me, one of the best examples of that is the mad cow disease in the UK in '96. The reactions were immediate and not very rational, but nonetheless, for instance, the fast food restaurants lost a lot of business. That's kind of rational. The irrational part was the fact that a lot of them were sourcing their beef from the Netherlands, where there was no mad cow disease at all. But it gets weirder, and an example of that was the next weekend. One of the main supermarket chains in the UK put British beef on ad at 50% off. And you have any idea what happened? That was their best beef sales ever. Never ever before had they sold so much beef in their stores. And so, yeah, there were the media there, and the reporters were asking some shoppers coming out, saying, well, are you buying beef? Have you heard about the mad cow disease? Aren't you worried? And the reactions were really interesting. One person said, well, at that price, it's worth taking the risk.
If you're interested in my videos, please click on the subscribe button below, or you can also visit my website.